friends! Welcome back to Sheena's Homestead. I am so happy to be here with you today, and let me just say today is the day before Thanksgiving, so it is a hustling and bustling day. We go to my mom's house for Thanksgiving every year, which is really awesome. She makes the best food on the planet. I think all of us hands down say our last meal would most definitely be my mom's Thanksgiving meal. So we're really excited about that. She's asked me to bring pies, so we're gonna bring some of those fresh pumpkin pies that you were with me when we carved out all the pumpkin and roasted it all fresh. So I'm really excited for them to try that. And then here at our house, Rob's mom hosts their side of the family's Thanksgiving. So we go to my mom's in the afternoon, and we have everything set up here on Thanksgiving Day so that they can come and just basically use our house to host their Thanksgiving. So then we show up after we've eaten at my mom's and we do both. So thankfully I don't have to cook anything for that meal, but I do have to have the house clean and ready to go for them, which is not an easy task when you homeschool 4 kids. It's not an easy task when you have kids at all, but especially when all 4 of them are home and running around the house today. So everyone's excited and everybody's ready, and we're really looking forward to the holidays, so super exciting. But anyway, I wanted to show you these. We actually picked these up yesterday. We went to Costco, and I believe they're $13.99 a box, which is an awesome deal when you think about it. I mean, it is a mansion, first of all, it really is. You can see that there, and then it comes with all of the stuff. So it comes with the icing and the candy and everything. So we went over and we picked out 9. I'm super glad we went before Thanksgiving because there weren't that many left. And when we got up to the cashier, he said that people were coming up with like 50 of them at a time and more. I'm sure they were restaurant owners or something, you know, getting ready for big parties and packaging them as part of their fun events. But we are going to have our own party here in a couple of weeks. So we're having a little kids party. Some of the kids' friends from their school from last year will be here, and then we have some new homeschool families coming too. So I bought 1 per family, and I figured we'd have a little fun competition decorating gingerbread houses, and each family can take theirs home then and do whatever they like with them. But yeah, I'm super glad we went and got these when we could. Otherwise, poor Rob, he'd probably be driving around to a couple Costco's looking for these for me. He's a good guy, so. But yeah, if you're in the market for these, head out to your Costco and get some right away. They are awesome. But anyway, today we are going to do a little bit of cooking in the kitchen. I'm making chicken pot pie soup, which is one of our family's favorites. I like to make something like this before a holiday because then the kids can have something to eat tonight, and then it sits in the fridge and they can just pull it out and have it whenever they like. Especially after Thanksgiving when we're all in a big food coma and the kids get hungry as they always do, and I don't want to cook. We've got the soup in the fridge, so making a big pot of that today. I'll show you how that's done, and just come along with me and we'll spend the day together. I'm so happy that you're here. I promised I'd show you some of the decorations in my dining room. So we talked about this before. I like to decorate early for Christmas. We started the year my son was born. He is a November baby, but we decided we had better get our decorations up before he was born, and we just loved the extra time it gave us with all of our stuff. So we have been doing that ever since. But the rest of the house is decorated Christmas, and then here is decorated fall, so that everyone can have their cozy Thanksgiving dinner and then walk out and be greeted by all of the Christmas stuff. So in the next 24 hours, this room will be full of tables and chairs, getting all complete and ready. for Thanksgiving Day. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, so here we are. We are in the kitchen and I have my Instapot here, and the reason that I do is because I cooked up some of my famous chicken broth the other day. There is no point in having all of that stuff go to waste. When you're done with your whole roasted chicken, throw it in your Instapot, put in some water, basil, salt, pepper, onions, carrots. I've got parsley from the garden, and let that cook up. I did it for 3 hours and then I let it rest for another 3. And now we're gonna strain it out into our bowl and we're gonna use that stock. If you have never made your own stock before, you are really missing out. It is so healthy for you. It tastes so good. It is completely different than the stuff you buy at the store. Even if you're buying organic at the store like I used to, it is not even close to the same. So do yourself a favor and make yourself some stock. It is literally liquid gold. So I'm gonna strain some of this out. Actually first, I am going to have my chicken brown up on the stove so that that is ready to go when we're ready to make our soup. So let's get started on that. Okay, so now while that's started on the stove, let's get some of this broth into this bowl. We'll use it for our soup today, and whatever we don't use, we'll put in the freezer for another day. I mean, look at that. That is gorgeous. The color is beautiful, it is fresh, it is clean, and it is so good for you. So we're going to use that in our soup, and I did chop up the rest of the ingredients for us so that it would be a nice quick recipe. I have some onions and garlic. I have some celery. I have carrots that we grew ourselves. Got some purple cosmic carrots, and just a note to self. One second. I'm just gonna grab that. See, it looks delicious. And put it right over here. Let it wait. Okay, so now we are going to put 6 tablespoons of butter into our cast iron pot here. I'm gonna get that started for you. And we'll get our onion, garlic, and celery sauteed, and we'll start on our next step. Okay, so now we're gonna add our butter. Let that saute. We're going to cook up our garlic and onions first. Okay, now we're going to add our celery and our carrots. So now we are going to add a 1/2 cup of flour. The flour is going to act as our thickener for the soup. So we want to just cook that for a couple minutes. Make sure we get a nice golden color from that flour. We don't want to taste the flour. So have to make sure that we cook it long enough before we add anything else. Now we're going to add our broth. Oh my goodness. Oh, that looks awesome. So scrape the bottom of your pan. You want to make sure you get all that flour that was baking at the bottom off. Okay, we are going to let that simmer for a couple minutes and we're going to get our potatoes ready. Okay, now we're going to chop up our potatoes. Get them. I actually forgot to put the mushrooms in. So I'm just sauteing them really quickly here in this pan, and then we are going to throw those into our soup. Originally we should have put the mushrooms in when we put the carrots and stuff in too. So just a little note to self. Now we are just going to add these mushrooms. Like I said, they should have been in there before, but you know. No harm, no foul. Alright, so we got those in there. Oh my gosh, this is looking amazing. Now we're going to add our potatoes. Oh boy, that pot is getting quite full. We're going to add about 3 teaspoons of salt. You can add more or less depending on your taste and how much you like. Remember, it's always safer to add less, and then you can go taste it when it's all done, and if you like more on there, then you can put more. You just can't take away salt. So we've got our chicken added to the pot, and we are ready to simmer and let some of this liquid evaporate off. We're going to give it a solid 20 minutes and we'll check on it. Okay, while that is cooking away over there, I am going to get the rest of our stock out of this Instapot. I put it through my sieve. I actually have 2 roasted chicken bones in here, like the whole chicken. So we got some really delicious hearty stock out of that. So now this I'll put in a canning jar and we'll save it for another time. Okay guys, so we're outside now. We're waiting for our soup to simmer and kind of cook up. We're not done with it yet. We still have to add in the cream. But I'm out here in my garden. Doesn't look like much right now because it is November, and I know that I've almost missed the boat on planting my garlic. But today is a nice warm day and we're supposed to have nice weather for the next week. So I'm hoping that that gives the garlic a chance to take root and kind of set up, and maybe we'll still get a harvest. We'll see. So follow along. I'm gonna put these babies in the ground. Okay, so we're ready to plant. I've taken apart the garlic. So they're in individual cloves now. We are going to plant them with the flat side down so that can grow roots, and the pointed tip upwards. You want to grab the biggest and the best garlic that you can, and this is all just from what I've read because I have not grown garlic before. So we'll see what happens. And we're going to put them in the ground right over here. We're going to do 6 inches apart. I've pre-dug my holes to get nice and easy for us. Feels really good getting into the dirt again. It's been quite a while since we've been able to be out here and play around, and I definitely miss it already. It's only November. Okay, so we've got all of our cloves put in the holes. We're gonna fill them all up and we're done. All right, so we're all done. Let's see what happens next year. I can't wait to see if this all works out. And if you have any comments or tips for me, please leave them below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Okay, now we're inside. We're just gonna wash up, and then we're going to get back to our soup. Okay, so we are going to chop up this parsley. Thankfully, my garden is still producing. This and the rainbow chard are basically the only 2 things hanging on. Next year I have plans to cover it like a hoop garden or something like that, and see if we can extend our harvest even into our snowy months. But for right now, I am just thankful that I still have this. So we're going to chop this up. We're going to put this into our soup. It is so delicious. I love fresh herbs so much. I really have to figure out how I can get them all year round. In my last video, I talked about my idea to start growing some herbs inside, maybe with like those halide fish tank lights. So we'll see. Maybe we'll get that rolling soon. It is a busy time of the year with Christmas and all of that, but we'll see what we can get accomplished. Okay, so I'm going to add this to our soup. For the final touches, you can see how beautiful my purple chicken pot pie soup is. We are going to add our peas and corn. And last but not least, our whipping cream. Such a nice addition. Thickens up the soup nicely. Lightens the color. Oh, it's just beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so here we go. Shake, shake, shake. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, look at that. Ah, it looks so delicious. I am super excited to try this, and you should be too. This is definitely on the winter rotation for us. But more importantly, we love to make this, like I said, before big holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas. I know other moms next time, friends. Thanks so much. So good.